pretend that you are late. Some of you are productive now. Look at this young girl. It's a youth, young lady. They're youth. They are lazy and all. But I've seen this. I've seen a lady like this, not very productive. You at least very productive. Well, where you put it's just like we are doing rotation. You put your time on that, but the other one will not pass. You have to wait.
By 5:30.
You were on ground.
By 5:30 I was waiting for...
No, that was misunderstood.
No, Michelle wanted to attend 2 days.
Okay.
But because of...
We didn't know.
Then well on board, the next step around. Then to bed, and then the other is the second insurance. The first one, and then the time is not able to into the water. And then you must remove your life jacket before you get on shore. Okay, so
Awesome.
So we don't have chat inside the boat.
No, we can go. I think this boat is safe. Where? Minute boat ride. As soon as we go under this bridge, you'll see the FPSO immediately in front of you and the entrance to the harbour immediately on your left hand side, and then you'll see clearly why we chose this location for the FPSO, because from the entrance to the harbour into Lador is just about 20 minutes, which means it's a very short, safe journey for such a valuable vessel. So once we get to Lador, we'll disembark and do a very short induction and then go on the tour. So we welcome you and we thank you all for taking the time to come and visit us today. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Is it clear?
This is the largest project of its kind that Total has done. So they've shown great faith in Nigeria by bringing this vessel into Ladol. The vessel is 380 meters long, which is the size of the Chrysler building in America on its side. So it's massive. It's 70 meters wide. In order to moor it, we had to build a special quay in West Africa because it has to take the strength of the FPSO pulling against it. The cranes that we have in the yard give us the highest crane capacity in Africa, and those cranes have been used to lift the massive modules, 6 of the yellow structures that you see, like a Lego set. They were lifted using the massive cranes we have in the yard onto the FPSO. And we have video, maybe we can show you video of that later or send you the video. So this is truly a massive undertaking, and we thank the Nigerian government for their support. We thank Total for their support and their investment. And the most important thing we want people to appreciate about this project is by showing the world that we can do this here, it increases the demand for fabrication to be done across the country. Because in South Korea, they have many yards like this. They have many quaysides like this. And when we give a contract to a foreign company, what they typically do is they split the contract, they take the contract home, and they split the contract up amongst many yards. And all those yards do the fabrication, and then the fabrication is barged or shipped to one location in country, and it's assembled into something massive like this. When they bring it back here, you can imagine the cost. So that limited the level of fabrication and engineering. Now that we can assemble here in Ladol, it means the demand for fabrication will be massive. And you may have seen that it's estimated by NCDB and others that this facility will generate 50,000 Nigerian jobs. That's because for every 1 job we have in Ladol, 10 jobs will be generated outside. And those 10 jobs will come from the higher level of fabrication. So what we anticipate is going forward, most of the fabrication will be done outside of our yard. And what we will be doing is assembling the pieces that are fabricated so that they can be used in Nigeria. The final thing I'll say about this is that this isn't about oil and gas. This is about industrialization. We can build ships here. We can build aeroplanes here. We can build bridges. We can build any kind of new steel structure. And we now have the crane capacity to put it together. So the message we're sending to the world is that you can now carry out the most complicated industrial projects in the world in Nigeria. We already proved that we have Nigerian welders, we have Nigerian engineers, and now that we can assemble the pieces here, we want to give them constant demand and keep them perpetually employed in country so that we can use those skills more and more in the coming years. So going forward, we are advocating for more fabrication and more engineering to be done across the country. We are reaching out to other fabrication yards and seeing how we can collaborate together, because we believe there's only one Nigeria, and it's only if we work together the way people have done in other countries that we'll be able to maximize what can be done. So we thank you very much. We'll now